up? This is Dash, and I'm back out in my garage, and I have some good news and I have some bad news. So, if you're like me, I like the bad news first. Bad news is, I used the new vertical smoker. I got video. I had 45 minutes, almost an hour of footage, and I don't have a video. The way I do my videos is, you know, of course I have a point and shoot camera. I take the card, put it into my laptop, transfer the files to my laptop, and then I transfer the files into my video editing software. Well, and then afterwards, I delete them off of the card so that I can, you know, of course, shoot more video. Well, my dumbass, yes, my dumbass, I pulled the video files from the card, moved them directly into the video editing software, went back to the card and deleted them. When I went back to the video editing software, the files were like, no file found, link broken, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the hell? Then I look back at the card, files are gone. I look in the place where I typically, and I even opened up the folder to move them into the files on the laptop. Yeah, I screwed the pooch on that one. I mean, it was an hour of footage, and it was probably 8 hours, 9 hours of me cooking with the new vertical smoker gone. So that's the bad news. The good news is I'm back out at the smoker right now, and as you can see, I've got a fire raging in there right now. I have this light set up so I could fill the water pan, all right? And I am getting ready to, I have some turkey necks that the turkeys that I did for Thanksgiving. I don't know if you're following me on Instagram or what have you, but I was talking about how I did 20 turkeys over 2 days, plus 5 briskets, so it was a case of briskets. So let's see, hold on, let me go back. I gotta do this in order. So it was 5 briskets, 6 racks, 3 legs of lamb, 2 chickens, a rib roast, a 4-pound beef rib roast, and I did 4 turkeys Tuesday into Wednesday, and then I did another 16 turkeys Wednesday into Thursday. So maybe here's some pictures. All right, and yeah, so the turkey necks that I took out of the turkeys, I'm gonna smoke them, you know, figure why not, all right? So in that other video that I had, I used the charcoal basket, which is over in the corner over there. I used the charcoal basket and I had mixed results. So this time I figured I would use wood only, and I have the firebox stacked up pretty well, and I'm getting the fire going. That's why the doors are both open to help draft the heat and smoke out. And let's move this out of the way. And we will close that. All right, so I have the smoker going. I got some light so that, you know, light behind me so you can see. See, my garage is getting rather smoky. I'm gonna open up this other door over here. So right now at this point, I'm trying to let the smoker come up to temperature and get that fire. See how it's real thick and white? We don't actually want that. We want a thin blue smoke. Some of the things that I learned when I used the smoker with the charcoal basket, it wasn't getting enough air, so I ended up having to crack the door while I was cooking, and it helped me get my temperature up. The temperature, it came into the smoker, and I kind of think that it might have been, and this is for Kirk pretty much, I think using the charcoal basket, the heat was a little more intensified, and because the heat was a little more intensified, it was putting a lot more hot air into the chamber, but it didn't necessarily heat up the chamber, if that makes sense. In my findings from the first cook, the initial cook using charcoal. So this is my first cook using wood only, and I'm hoping that I have an experience similar to what Kirk had when he used it with wood only as well. So at this point, like I said, I'm waiting for the fire. You see it's coming a little faster. The smoke is coming up, which means it's drafting and getting more to the point where I need it. The turkey necks are just sitting in the refrigerator. There's a refrigerator over in the corner. They're sitting in the refrigerator, and they've already been brined. I brined them for 24 hours. And I'm trying to think of anything else before I put the camera away and just wait for the smoker to come up to temperature. I think that's it. So I'll catch you when the smoker comes up to temperature. Like I said, I'm getting ready to open my garage out some and give it some time to do what it needs to do. All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So I put the cap that I use on the on Bessie, the big smoker, on the smoker to get some of that on the vertical smoker to get some of that smoke and heat out, just so I wouldn't have a problem with the roof. All right, yeah, you can see where I used to let it go straight up. Honestly enough, one day I saw the roof, it was glowing. No BS. All right, so right now it looks like this top thermometer is at right about 220 degrees. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get the turkey necks. I have 19 turkey necks. I'm figuring I'll use the second and the third. I guess, well, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, the second and the third shelf in the smoker. And I'm honestly just gonna put them in there and let them go. I don't have a set time on how much, how long I'm gonna let them cook for. I just want to start the smoker and see kind of what it does. Again, you guys saw the water panel's full. I think I will grab a thermometer just to kind of keep, an eye on the temperatures, make sure it doesn't get too hot. But honestly enough, I'm gonna build this one fire. I might put another log or two in there just to make sure that it burns for a while, and that's it. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm expecting, or I'm hoping that the fire will go for maybe 3 or 4 hours. I'm thinking 4 hours would be plenty of time to get those turkey necks done and good and smoked. All right, once I load the smoker up, I'll pull the camera back out. All right. Okay, so I figured you might want to see the turkey necks prior to them being smoked. So there's 9 there, and there's 10 here. That one in the back I flipped over, just I had it down on the other side. I flipped it over to make it, look a little better in there. All right, so take this glove off and let me see what time it is. Close to 1 o'clock. All right, 12:45. So I'm gonna close this. I have to precariously place my smokestack back up there now. Actually, it's burning pretty clean. I might leave it. That's actually steam, not smoke. All right, so I'm gonna precariously place that back up there and watch it, see what it does for a few hours. I'm back. All right, so it's been about an hour. And I like this temperature right at about 230, which is where it is now. I have the ball valve wide open. I kept knocking that thing over, so I put a strap on it so it would stay still, because I put a huge, can't see, oh, there it is. I put a huge dent in it. All right, so let you look at the fire real fast. It's not died down, but you know, when I open the door, you can see it's definitely coming more alive. So I might stoke that again in a minute. And if you're looking, you ain't cooking. But I wanted to. I wanted to check and see what was going on in here. So after an hour, we have some decent color coming in. They're definitely cooking, which is good. Yeah, I'm excited to see how these turn out. I'm going to, like I said, it's only been 1 hour, and this is typical. Everything's starting to sweat so far, and nothing has started to really dry out. I put the pan down at the bottom just to kind of see what drippings I could get from these things, if they would be salvageable or anything. Alright, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to check it. I have to go pick up my sons from school in about an hour. So before I leave to pick them up, I'm going to check these again. And if I need to, I'll throw in a log or two on the fire, then I'll go pick them up. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Hopefully, I mean, I wish you could smell these right now. I'll tell you, I didn't season them with anything. I just brined them like I told you earlier. And actually, while I'm looking at them, you can, I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but you can see that the ones that are up a little higher, I won't say are getting drier, but they are definitely a little darker than the ones that are down here. So what I might do before I leave out is switch this rack for this rack. Hey yo, it's Dash, and I'm back. All right, so I just finished picking up my kids, and it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. Remember, I started these turkey necks, it was 1:45, so 12:45. Now, when I got back in the house, or I got back to the garage just now, the temperature was closer to 260, 275. So it was a little warmer, at least that temperature, the thermometer on the top was a little warmer than I would like it to be. And that's more or less because of the fact that I left it unattended. All right, so I've looked in here already. Let me get some light. So I looked in there already, and you know, took a piece of that one there to see how it was. Now these turkey necks are darker than I would like them to be. But I think that's just because of the fact that it got a little warmer, and also well, yeah, just because it got a little warmer in the smoker than I would like it to be. So, but just like I said in the beginning, I was expecting to cook these or smoke these for about 4 hours. Probably could have taken them off at 3.5 hours, 3 and some change. But nonetheless, from what it tastes like, it tastes great. So I'm gonna consider this one a success. The smoker worked as expected. I didn't have to put much wood in it. I did put a little bit more wood in there, I think, before I left out, and I kind of spread the fire out some. But all in all, it was a successful. It was a success. So I'm very happy with how this turned out, and expect to see these turkey necks in some greens or some beans or some lima bean soup. Yep. I have my family, we have smoked turkey necks for the winter for soups, stews, greens, like I said, and all those other things. All right, so thanks for watching, thanks for staying subscribed.